Ladies and gentlemen, I regret that I cannot be with you today to personally encourage public authorities to make the most of EU funds for Roma inclusion, as the title of this conference says. Improving the quality of spending is crucial in order to turn our Europe 2020 strategy for smart, sustainable and inclusive growth into reality, and to ensure that Roma integration strategies do not remain on paper. The European Commission asked Member States to prepare national Roma integration strategies last year. This was an important step towards Roma social and economic inclusion. I must say the Commission is fully aware that strategic papers by themselves offer no guarantee of real impact on the ground. Many national strategies, unfortunately, remain silent on the involvement of regional and local authorities and civil society. I hope to see this gap filled when it comes to implementation and monitoring. On the other hand, in these strategies, we have seen positive examples of countries working together with Roma communities. Finland, for example, despite the relatively small size of its Roma communities, has a very proactive approach. Spain also can be proud of good progress, and we have seen some good projects also in Central Europe and the Balkans. The good examples, which are going to be discussed today, and the awarded projects demonstrate that innovative approaches, shared social values, and common interests can deliver benefits to the community in which they operate. Your success shows that a lot has been achieved, but a lot more still needs to be done. Good use of the structural funds for Roma inclusion should also promote administrative capacity building and two-way communication. The Commission has taken this into account when we proposed country-specific recommendations on Roma inclusion, and also in our proposed multi-annual financial framework for the next programming period. Several key elements of the Commission proposal for future cohesion policy aim to specifically support the inclusion of the most vulnerable, including Roma. We have proposed a specific investment priority to be devoted to the integration of marginalized communities. We have proposed allocating at least 25% of cohesion policy resources to human capital and social investment by the ESF, and at least 20% of this amount to social inclusion. My colleague, Mr. Zoltán Kazacsai, Deputy Director General, is going to share with you some concrete elements which can ensure that money is well spent. Let me, however, just outline some key principles. We should agree that programs have greater impact when they take account of the experience, needs and aspirations of Roma, when interventions target areas like employment, education, housing and healthcare simultaneously, and when they are adequately resourced and monitored. And we know that measures in these areas are only successful if they are mainstreamed into a non-discriminatory practice. Interventions have worked best when there is a constructive dialogue and partnership between public authorities, civil society and Roma communities at each level. For bringing a real change in the lives of Roma, we also need a long-term political commitment across local, regional, national and European levels. Ladies and gentlemen, the social and economic integration of Roma people remains first and foremost the responsibility of the Member States. Nevertheless, the Commission provides fora to share experience like this one today. The European level can also help by mobilizing funding, promoting transparency and monitoring results. But real progress can only come from local initiatives. Once political priorities are translated into funding priorities, resources need to be used properly on the ground. And this simply cannot happen without the active involvement of mayors. The mayors who are here today perform much better than the average. They demonstrate that when there is a will, there is a way. Their example should inspire all mayors across Europe. Mayors, however, need encouragement to pursue their efforts. I can assure you that my services will continue to support initiatives like yours. Let's see each other again in 2 years' time at the next Mary conference to take stock of progress made. Thank you very much for your attention.